Welcome back to Man vs. Meeple, the show where we talk about all things board game related. Today we're bringing you a Kickstarter preview of an upcoming party-style game. This one is called You Betcha by Gray Matter Games. David, we don't dip our feet a lot into the social party-style games.
You betcha. Couldn't help myself. We're going to have to do that a lot.
So, yeah, this is a trivia-style game in which each player at the table is going to be betting amounts of money and trying to collect the most money after 7 rounds.
Yeah, the addition of the betting is the really cool thing here. I mean, there's some other games that do something similar, but not quite like this one does, I don't think.
Yeah, so each player is going to gather one of their scoreboards with one of these erasable pins, because you'll be writing your answers up on these. They're going to get a specific amount of money, and then you have 4 different types of questions in the center of the table. You have paparazzi, know-it-alls, jocks, and then globetrotters. And each of these have specific questions there about pop culture type things, which people are going to be answering through the course of the game.
Yeah, and some of them can range. I mean, you'd think you'd know what jocks is all about. It's all going to be sports. And it is somewhat sports related, but you'd be surprised at some of the questions that come up.
So this one plays 2 to 6 players. And it plays in about 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen at the start of a player's turn, you're going to pick a start player. It doesn't really matter who starts the game. They're going to take the 2 dice and they're going to roll them. Now, the dice are going to dictate what you're betting on and who is betting within that round. You have 1 die that shows you the 4 different categories, and then 2 of the sides are going to show you a you pick. So whoever rolls the die gets to pick whichever category they wish. However, the other die is going to dictate how you're betting for that round. So at the start of the round, everybody's going to ante up $1 into the bank.
That goes into the pot, no matter what kind of bet it's going to be.
Exactly. And then there's 3 different types of bets. You have all play, which everybody plays.
Yeah.
And then you have silent bets, and then you have live bets. We'll start with silent bets first.
Yeah. Silent bets, everyone's going to take their board. This is kind of a cool thing because the board's not just used for the answers. And the silent bet, everyone is going to look at the category. And basically all these categories have a number of answers that you're looking for. So this is kind of almost in a category sort of way. You're going to be listing a bunch of answers for something.
Right.
So in a name that tune fashion, you're going to be basically bidding how many you think that you can answer. So everyone does that, reveals. Whoever has the highest amount is the winner.
Yeah.
But they have to answer the question.
That's right. Now, if 2 players tie, it's going to turn into a live bet, in which those 2 players will then try to out-ante each other with how much they're trying to bet. No matter who wins, they have to ante up that amount of coins into the bank. So if they bet 10, they have to put 10 into the pot.
Right. So then if they win, if they succeed in answering the number that they bid
in 1 minute,
in a minute, they're going to be basically double their money.
Yes,
that
from
they
the
put
bank
into
itself.
The pot. If they lose, all of the money that was in the pot gets evenly distributed to all of the other players.
Yeah, with any remaining one going back to the bank.
Yeah.
Live bet works in the way, just as we said, starting with the starting player. He's going to say, I think I can do it in 7.
Right.
And then you go around the board. People can drop out. Once you drop out, you're out for the round. And then that player in 1 minute will have to give the answers as well.
That's the one that really brings the name that tune vibe to the game for sure.
Yeah, and the last one is all play, and that's when everybody at the table gets to participate. Now, one of the things you can do, depending on how competitive your group is, you can play the game where you're actually losing points and losing money if you get the wrong answers.
Right, because if you say, okay, I've got 4 of these, and then you're the one going, and you're listing them off, and you get one wrong, normally you can just keep listing off as long as you get 4. Well, actually, you have to answer 4.
All of them right,
yeah. You have to, basically, if you bid 4, you have to say 4 answers. If they are not correct, you lose the bet. But you can play a slightly more punishing game like Jeremy was saying, whereas, for the wrong answers, you're going to get penalized.
That would definitely take place in the all-play ones, where you say it's like the 8 Star Wars movies and someone gets any of the wrong answers in there, they're going to actually lose money back into the bank.
I'd hate to see someone get a wrong answer on the 8 Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
Maybe you miss an answer, but a wrong answer?
I know a lot of people probably wouldn't know their answers for that.
Probably.
And you're going to play 7 rounds with a new player being the start player, and then at the end of the game, you're going to tally up all the money to see who has the most.
And that's really all there is to it. I mean, this is a great little trivia game, nice variation with the betting, and it's very fast-paced.
Yeah.
And the categories, I like what it does. Instead of just asking a question and there being one answer, the whole lists and the categories, if you will, brings a an ability for everyone to participate, because usually the questions are such. There are some in there that are tough for some people.
Absolutely.
You know, if you're not a sports fan, you want to stay away from the sports category.
And you can just take those out completely
Exactly.
if you wish. Yeah.
And but for the most part, with that said, most people are able to get a few in a list, you know, so that everyone feels like they can participate.
Yeah. The other thing I'll say, I've never heard of this company. They may or may not be brand new, but the graphic design on this is really great.
I love the graphic design. It's very clean. It's exactly what a party game should be, in my opinion.
Yeah. So if you guys have questions, make them in the comments below. We will answer them for you. Subscribe to us, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook. If you guys are going to be at Origins, come by, say hello.
Please.
Play a game with us, and we will catch you guys next time.
Bye-bye.
Season 1 of Man vs. Meeple is sponsored by our friends at TMG Games. And at Cool Stuff Inc. Cool stuff in stock at coolstuffinc.com.